Hey y'all, you already know, man, what's the vibe, what the play is. Young Nisa here, and I'm super excited always. I get to sit in this chair and interview some pretty dope people. And today I get to chop it up with my guy, the one and only Digital Spyda. Welcome to the
What up,
show.
though? Hey,
Welcome, welcome. Thank you for giving me a little bit of your time today.
man,
Appreciate
thank you
it.
for allowing me to be on here.
Man, how
I'm
you feeling?
appreciative. I'm feeling real good. I,
Yeah.
I cannot complain. Life is great.
I love it. I love it. It's been a minute since I seen you. We go back a little bit more so in our professional life. Um,
Right.
where we met. I got a chance to meet this creative genius sitting here
Thank
while I was teaching at the Ohio Media School. So that was pretty dope. What you been doing since, COVID and all that good stuff?
you. Man, when COVID hit, right when I graduated,
Yeah.
COVID hit. I graduated, I got hired at Rhino. I was getting ready to go on tour with Rolling Stones, and COVID hit. And it was like,
Mm.
oh yes, shit. But over
Man.
COVID, it gave me a real creative spell. I put out 6 projects during like the first 4 months. I was just stuck in the house. And
Hey, I was on your Apple Music, man. You released a lot of music in 2020.
yeah, I had a management deal with a cat from New York that had got me some placements. And
Okay.
all of that was going during that COVID time. So I was in the house just for most people when COVID hit, they went crazy. I did go crazy in the house, but for a producer that's a lab rat, it was like,
Oh, it was
oh man, I ain't got nothing else to do.
that's so dope. Do you
Yeah.
feel like with the downtime that you had to like laser focus in, do you feel like you've grown? I mean, you should, but I just want to ask you, do you feel like you've grown as a producer, as an artist overall?
Over that COVID spell,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
Um, I have grown because I did get time to dissect a little bit. I used to have a broadsword. Then
Okay.
I started painting with a scalpel, and it started to get a little bit more creative. And I was seeing, as I'm an old school cat that studied the hits,
Yeah.
and it is very hard when you look at the hits top 100. They're simple, and I'm extra effing creative. It
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
very hard to make a simple beat. It's hard
Facts.
and
Facts.
have it still have all of the 4 corners in it. And I tried my best trying this, trying this, trying this. So during COVID, it did give me the time not to have to worry about where I got to be. So I just got to get on my machine and get real familiar with her.
I love
So
I
it
love
did help.
That's dope. But now, what do you prefer to produce in? Like what programs you like? And what equipment are you working on?
All right. So I'm I'm a Logic head. I know a lot of people is Pro Tools heads,
Yeah.
but I'm a creative. And Pro Tools is excellent. If you send me stems and I want to do a quick mix, I'll throw it in Pro Tools, great editor. But to create in Pro Tools, no.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd like to open up Logic. I got my machine on the channel. I got arcade, output, slice, um, sounds, and I put them all in and chop it up. I do everything in Logic, mix, master, send it out, stem them out for artists that I work with. And if it's me, I master right there in Logic. I just like to be able to start and finish in one environment.
I love it.
And,
I love it.
and they make it
I ain't gonna
simple.
lie to you. Logic, it's not that. It's just me and Logic. Just we haven't come to that agreement. You know what I'm saying? Like I like Logic, but I kind of mess around at Ableton. I feel a little, but I DJ, so that could
Okay.
be. You know what I'm saying? What Ableton is nicer for me. So that's really good to hear that dope perspective. And shout out to all my producers who may be watching this. Who's somebody that you looked up to during your journey and got you kind of started in this realm of it, creating these type of records? Like who's been your
Oh,
influence?
I got top 3 and as follows. Number 1, the GOAT, Timberland. Love his production because I went to Central State.
Okay.
Before that, I went to Scott. I'm at my high school. It's like they're gonna be playing my cadence forever. So I'm deep on that. Them drums, they'd be moving. So Timbo was a king. I
Okay.
love the sonic clarity of DJ Quick because he's a dope producer, but people don't know that man's engineering skills is bananas.
And he
Some
has
of
a
the records that we
history in
love
the
from
industry.
Tupac, DJ Quick engineered. So
Right.
he's my number two. And number three, Dr. Dre, because I like sonic clarity. I'm really a Midwest Coast person
Yes,
growing up
yes,
in
yes,
Toledo, living in Cali.
yes.
So I
You
like
definitely
that.
catch that vibe in your production and stuff like that. So I could totally hear get all three of those, man. That's a
Right.
very nice list. I
That's
love
what's
DJ
up.
Quick, by the way. He's one of my favorites. Like
Hey, people
his
be
sound
sleeping
is
on
impeccable.
Quick, but I heard Quick talking about like he's such a nerd like me down to don't even put your studio in your house if you got a refrigerator in it. Go ahead and put it in the garage and get a dedicated line so you don't get the noise in your line. Like I'm a nerd on that level.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. So tell me this, you've been doing your thing for a number of years, you know what I'm saying? You always say you're not one of the young guys. You've been thriving and striving in this thing. So what has kept you passionate about it? You know, a lot oftentimes, as we get older, it might change because of life. So what's keeping you, plugging and pushing and doing what you do?
I had the pleasure. I got in the industry. I started off as a dancer. I went on tour with Redhead Kingpin when I was 17. So I danced first. Then my knees went out. And since I was in the band, I started making music.
Okay.
Then when the group I was with fell apart, it was like I still had it in me. So I became an MC.
Okay.
I was blessed enough to get signed at an early age to an independent that helped me on the road. I toured with ICP, Kid Rock. I was in that horrorcore thing as JP the Unknown at first. Then I got into church. I stopped doing the horrorcore and started doing Christian music.
Okay.
That put me on the road. I got nominated for a Grammy for a song called Rock With Me with Terry Cook, who
Okay.
did First Creation. I mean, I'm been a whole circle.
Yeah.
And then with them, I was able to get into jazz. I toured with BB King's daughter, Shirley King,
Okay.
with Art Thunder. So being around I was lucky to be a young guy on tour with older guys. And then to see BB King's tour, we toured with him this last leg of his tour. And just seeing it, Michael Jackson said, only thing everybody in the industry got in common is that they didn't quit. I
Ah,
was in the
great point.
studio with at the disc in Detroit with George Clinton. He walked in. He said, "Look, all you got to do is keep going." He said, "Sooner or later, that overnight sensation comes. It might take you 30 years to be an overnight sensation, but once you get that hit, it's worth it."
Hey, round of applause for that. That's some gems right there, man.
So
I love it. So and I want to kind of transition. I want to keep on that subject though. With some of our legends transition into their next, phase, like our DMXs and things like that. To me, what I notice is we're starting to have more conversations about caring about our hip hop artists as they mature in age, and the disconnect between the younger and older. Do you see that is changing a little bit more? Because I do want to transition to the artist that you're going to be working with soon. But do you see that being that you're older now, you know what I'm saying? Like is more people open than before? Hip hop used to shame you for aging, and it's like,
let me tell you, I produce as Digital Spyda, but I went to this. I was in New York. I was in Atlanta, and the dude listened to my music. I was down there for a thing. They was rocking, and when he seen the great beard, he was like, "Oh, wait a minute," and I was like, "Really?" So I did get that. So what I figured is, okay, part of my career, I had custody of my daughter. When I needed to go and do a overseas tour, I couldn't do it because I had responsibilities. Now I don't have those. I should be free to do whatever.
facts.
They're like, "No, your age." So I said, "Okay, how old am I?" I go in and meet like this. They rocking to the music. This is Digital Spyda. You don't see no gray.
Mm-hmm.
Now what you gonna say? It's so ignorant that a face mask, I'm a different artist because this will get me not. So I'm playing the game.
That's
I'm
smart though.
you got
Do you
to.
see do you see that because I hope that because we're like the only, I shouldn't say the only, but this is a genre of music that I'm super familiar with. And in our genre of music, we kind of shame people for getting older. And it's like, man, that's the goal. And I know that hip hop is a young man's sport. I'm not trying to
But
say anything against that.
look
But
at how this industry, I mean, I get political too, knowing the meetings that took place in the 90s to transfer from positive hip hop to the garbage, or to the gangster, to fill the jails. It's a ploy.
yeah,
Nowhere else do they tell the older ones no, because now that we got wisdom, you making it so that you're programming them that they can't speak. Who says rock is an old man's game? I was getting ready to go on tour with the Rolling Stones. They 70. What are you talking about?
right.
So why in hip hop, you got me messed up if Run DMC, LL Cool J do a show, you ain't going. PE. You crazy. That you gonna smack up in
People
there,
gonna go
busting rhymes.
back.
You get, so it's like a thing that to keep the wisdom out. That's what I think it is. So the older ones have to get a little bit more creative to be able to blend in. I moved over into production. Now I can give somebody this sound. And I'm actually enjoying that as opposed to me having to get up there and do it all. Come here, young man. Let me give you some tools. Now I can put a battery in your back with some knowledge in it. I'm like a Bumpy Johnson type. I want to beat up the block. I'm the bully. I'm the guy that beat the bully up on the block. I don't like all that garbage and penitentiary music, but I want to put a battery in the back of some young guy that's got that flow, that
Yeah.
still got some wisdom, and maybe we can make a difference. So
I love it. I love it. And putting battery in another and a young artist back is something that you're very familiar with. So let's talk about this artist that goes by the name of Bill. Let's talk about this collaboration that's coming up with you guys.
oh man, it has been a while since I've been in the studio with a guy. I'll be honest, I'm working with phenomenal dude, DJ John Finau, excellent DJ. He hit me up, was like, hey man, I got this young cat I want you to meet. Flew out to Vegas. I brought my gear out there. I'm thinking, okay, I'm waiting on this guy to come in. He tell me his resume. This young man got shot 28 times, 28. 8 bullets went through him. The doctor took 20 out of him. He lived. Only thing he lost is his kidney. He don't have a colostomy bag. He's humble. You can see that, you can tell what he been through when you talk to him. But this young man's still humble. He's still trying to do the right thing. He's from South Central, so he can't help who we around, but he got the brightest spirit, the brightest smile, and I'm trying to give him every bit of juice I can because
That's so dope.
he was off the top. These new artists, they do this punch in. I'm from Right 16, perfected, come in, spit it. I got you. You didn't mess up, we can do that. But these new cats, they go in and they spit, stop. And I'm like, what the hell is this? This is horrible. So it was a tug of war for the first 2 songs. But then as I started to listen to how he put it together, I was like, this nigga dope. And I'm like, okay, what's coming next? But
Yeah.
it's amazing. So at the end of it, 2 days, we ended up recording 14, 15 songs. And I mean, we finished one song. He just heard the beat when I dropped it. All right. And I'm like, oh my goodness. So
You gotta love that.
I can't wait till it come out. I can't wait. And this we doing an old school mixtape, a spin on Ice Cube Summer Vacation.
Okay.
But his is going from LA to Atlanta. And
Nice.
we call this new style of production Cinemagic, because you about to listen to a movie.
That's fire. When can we expect this project to drop, or we don't have a date yet?
Nah, we dropping it on 4th of July.
Ooh-wee. So
Or it's gonna be a hot summer.
On a celebration day.
Yeah, it's gonna be a hot summer. I'm looking forward to it. He dope.
That's so excited. I'm excited to hear what you guys put down. So let's transition to this. Tell me about what you've been working on. You got this single entitled Hammer. Can we talk about that for a moment?
Oh, for sure. Hammer is like I said, me, I jump in my political bag every now and then.
Yeah.
First topic, way to start off is brothers and sisters. If you'll bust your gun at your brother and sister, but won't bust at your oppressor, you ain't. And then we go rolling from there.
That's a real statement right there.
I have zero respect for, I don't want to just call out a state, but Florida gangsters, George Zimmerman walking around. Y'all want to prove y'all tough? What's up?
I totally I totally understand. So with this project that you put this single Hammer, what can they, if somebody's listening right now and they're watching, it's like, I'm interested in what this song gonna sound like. What vibe are they getting? Also, like, how was your process putting this together in the studio?
This particular one, it's weird, as I don't remember making music once I make it.
Okay.
I don't have nothing. I sit down and I just pull it out. I just pull it out. Yeah. That's why they call me the spider, because I don't have nothing. I just start spinning. Yeah. And next thing you know, you got a vibe. And I like frequency. I like the frequency from, you just name it, you hear my stuff. Timbo is an influencer. You're gonna hear that. You're gonna hear noises. You're gonna expect some animation. It's gotta be animated. Yeah. And then once it's finished, when I sit down and master it, I listen to the vibe of how the music is going, and I master it according to the feel of it. So that particular song got a deep hit to it, because we talking, you know what a hammer is. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. You know what a hammer is. And yeah. Nowadays, everybody need a hammer. If you learn one thing, protesting, that's cool, but you want to be taken serious up with a hammer.
You gotta protect yourself at all times.
Yeah.
It's essential.
Have to. Have to.
I love it. It's so much exciting things going on for you. Let's do this. I do want to ask you, because this is one question I like to ask to everyone. What advice would you give someone, especially like that's listening right now, hearing your story, hearing some of the accolades and some of the trials and tribulations? What advice would you give to them listening if somebody has a passion or they want to try something? What would you tell them?
Oh, that I listen to the greats. Michael Jackson and George Clinton said, never give up. Nipsey Hussle, never give up. The only thing everybody in the industry got in common is that they didn't quit. If you passionate about something, even if you're going to school, they don't ask you how long it took for you to finish. Once you finish, they be like, you there. So, hey, I done had if I died today, I got a whole dash that's dope as hell, because I done some stuff. But now I'm not finished. I want to add on to that. So that's what it is. Never quit. And just believe. Also, don't believe people who haven't done what you're trying to do. Because a lot of times we go and talk to people, hey, I'm thinking about doing this. What? Ain't nobody from here ever done that? You can't do that. I'm quick to tell a person, I don't listen to people who ain't done what I'm trying to do.
Man, for what? Man, that's matter of fact, that reminds me of what Venus Williams just said at that press conference, when she was addressed about how she takes in the critics. And it was like, you guys can't even defeat me in one, like, at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't even do what I do. So that's not even hitting me. You know what I'm saying? And that to me is super, super dope. That's some great advice. Let's do this. Where can everybody find you?
Easy. My website, IamDigitalSpyda.com. I got merch, I got hats, I got skirts, I got glasses, I got beach towels, I got book bags, I got swag. You want some Da Vinci swag? Come get it. Yeah. I got it. I got music on there. You want to get at me for production? I mix, I master. You want some cinemagic? Holla at me. I specialize in 432 hertz frequencies. Guarantee you, anybody ever have a brain issue, they listen to my music and wonder why they love it, because my frequencies ain't messing with your brain. 441 is horrible. I'm 432 and it feel good. So holla at me.
I love it, man. Round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, meet Digital Spyda. Hammer out right now. He got a ton of music on Apple Music. All you gotta do is just search him up, see what you like. Artists, tap in. Again, it's IamDigitalSpyda.com.
IamDigitalSpyda.com. I'm open for production, for whatever you name it. You need jingles, I do voiceovers, you name it. I'll make it happen.
I love it, man. Thank you so much for your time. We done had a ball, okay? Go ahead and do this. Can you introduce your song, Hammer?
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, from Digital... Oh, wait. Now I'm at work.
Love it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Digital Spyda, Hammer, listen.
My brothers and sisters, if you will bust your gun at your brother and sisters, But when I bust your gun at your oppressor, you ain't shit.
Old and gone, now I'm left with the hammer. But I don't know if I can pick it up.